Welcome to Lecture Online. Here we have an example where we're going to use the very same technique as the previous video to simplify this rational expression. Notice we have a numerator, we have a denominator, but in the numerator there's two fractions or two rational expressions themselves, and in the denominator we have them as well. So we're going to look at each of the denominators. Here we have an x minus 5, an x minus 5, an x minus 5, and here we have the x. The smallest common factor of all the denominators is the product of x and x minus 5. What we're going to do now is we're going to multiply both the numerator and the denominator of this complicated rational expression by this factor. And when we do that, we can eliminate all the denominators of all the fractions in the numerator and the denominator and make it a lot simpler. So what we're going to do here is we're going to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the quantity x times x minus 5. Of course, we have to do exactly the same in the numerator as we do in the denominator, so we don't really change the value of this expression. Now when we do that, notice we get the following. Here you can see when we multiply this times the first fraction, x minus 5's cancel out, x survives, so we multiply x times 4 to get 4x. Plus, here, when we multiply this times this again, the x minus 5 cancel out, and multiply 5 times x. So this is 4x plus 5x in the numerator, divided by, now here we multiply 2 over x times this, notice the x's cancel out, and the x minus 5 survives, so this becomes 2 times x minus 5, plus, and then again, in this fraction, notice the x minus 5's cancel out, and we get 3 plus x, or 3 times x. Now we just have to simplify what's in the denominator by multiplying out what we have there. So this becomes equal to 4x plus 5x becomes 9x in the numerator divided by 2 times x minus 10 plus 3x. And then we combine like terms in the denominator. So this becomes 9x divided by 2 plus 3 is 5x minus 10. We could factor out a 5 in the denominator. We could potentially write this as 9x divided by 5 times x minus 2, if you prefer that, but either answer would be correct. So you can see that this is actually quite simple to simplify. All we have to do is look at all the fractions in the numerator, all the fractions in the denominator, look at all the denominators, and find the smallest common factor. In this case, is x times x minus 5. Then when you multiply both the numerator and the denominator, you eliminate all the denominators, and then the fraction or the rational expression looks a lot simpler. And that's how you do it.